Welcome to another episode of Trial Site News. On today's show, we're going to be discussing California's new physician misinformation law, which has now gone into effect in that state. The purpose of this law is to silence doctors with the threat of having their license revoked if they dare step out of line with the state. It's another chilling step of censorship that has taken place in the once great state of California. From Trial Site News, I am Adrian, and our episode is starting right now. So, the new year has brought in new laws, and in California, one such new law, known as the Physician Misinformation Bill, has gone into effect. It's now law in the Golden State. This means that physicians are prohibited from communicating any nuanced risks associated with mRNA COVID-19 vaccines, for example, to their patients without having the potential for having their licenses revoked. Key to the California law is Section C, which establishes the safety and efficacy of COVID-19 vaccines have been confirmed through evaluation by the Federal Food and Drug Administration, otherwise known as the FDA, and the vaccines continue to undergo intensive safety monitoring by the CDC. But of course, we here at Trial Site News will remind everyone that's watching here that safe is a relative term. The law doesn't acknowledge that at least some people on rare occasions are becoming injured and even dying from the vaccine. Some cohorts, such as the immunosuppressed or cancer patients, for example, may have issues with the COVID-19 vaccines, while younger people's risks may be negligible from Omicron. At this point, there is an acknowledged risk of cardiovascular events, such as myocarditis and pericarditis in the FDA's own package inserts. And of course, let us not forget even the WHO, who has acknowledged this potential rare risk. As we've pointed out in previous videos, the World Health Organization has gone on the record about the mRNA vaccines, saying very rare cases of myocarditis and pericarditis have been observed following vaccination with the mRNA COVID-19 vaccines. These cases occurred more often in younger men and after the second dose of the vaccine, typically within few days after vaccination. Current evidence suggests a likely causal association between myocarditis and the mRNA vaccines. Vaccinated individuals should be instructed to seek immediate medical attention if they develop symptoms indicative of myocarditis or pericarditis, such as new onset and persisting chest pain, shortness of breath, or palpitations following vaccination. Now, of course, the WHO will also tell you that the benefits outweigh the risk, but at the very least, they acknowledge the potential risk. So why is California so hellbent on censoring information to the citizens? California's elite political class has legislated what doctors can and cannot say, given the state has the authority to revoke a physician's license. Now, the reason that these elitist politicians have given for why they have done this new law is that the spread of misinformation and disinformation about COVID-19 vaccines has weakened public confidence and placed lives at serious risk. Furthermore, the California law claims that major news outlets have reported that some of the most dangerous propagators of inaccurate information regarding the COVID-19 vaccines are licensed healthcare professionals. And so the long arm of a growing totalitarian style of control has clamped down harder on California. Here's an example of how the bill reads. It says, "It shall constitute unprofessional conduct for a physician and surgeon to disseminate misinformation or disinformation related to COVID-19, including false or misleading information regarding the nature and risks of the virus, its prevention and treatment, and the development, safety, and effectiveness of COVID-19 vaccines." Now, this once again forces us to ask the obvious question. What exactly is misinformation, and who determines what it really is? Well, according to the California law, misinformation means false information that is contradicted by contemporary scientific consensus contrary to the standard of care. So to give you an example of what this means going forward in California, if a doctor informed parents that based on his or her risk assessment that the risks of the COVID-19 mRNA vaccine would be higher than the Omicron variant of SARS-CoV-2 itself, and therefore recommends not to vaccinate a 12-year-old son or daughter with the COVID-19 vaccine, this would be a violation of the law, and the doctor would face the possibility of losing his or her license. And so, insane overreach by a bully government in California continues to march on, seeming unabated. Something that we, of course, will continue to keep an eye on and let you know what happens. And that, my friends, will bring our episode to a close once more. For more content like this, be sure to check back to this channel daily, Monday through Friday, and for numerous written articles daily at trialsitenews.com 7 days a week. In the meantime, and as ever always, thank you so much for joining me on the program today. From Trial Site News, I am Adrian, and I will see you all next time.